Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Play to Find Out the Perimeter. It is our premiere episode. We are playing Urban Shadows from Magpie Games. Now that we're coming back from the break, I wanted to drop in another reminder for Roll20Con. That's going on this weekend. We're streaming, and since we're using Roll20, I figured we would hype it up a little bit. I'll put the command in chat. If you want to go, it's supporting CyberSmile, which is like an anti-cyberbullying charity. Help raise awareness and help victims of it. So if you want to go check that out, the link is right there in the chat. Feel free to do so because you get some cool assets and stuff. Yeah, it's a really cool online con, and they've got role-playing stuff going on all the time. So like when this show's over, there are probably plenty of more role-playing shows going on. And tomorrow they got role-playing stuff going on all day. So yeah, plenty of awesome role-playing content to check out this weekend. So make sure you go check out some of that other stuff. But yeah, so back to the action.
We were just about to get jumped in a graveyard?
Yes. Peaches and Lionel and Officer Joe, kind of near where you are, like a little like a ways from Isabel and this person at the tree. You hear a twig snap behind you. What do you do?
I think I whirl around and scream embarrassingly.
Yeah, behind you, like when you like whirl around and scream, you see two people.
Do they have weapons?
One of them has a shovel, and the other one doesn't have anything. They're dressed similarly, kind of like dark clothing, not as entirely like I'm a criminal as the other guy, but just like one of them has like a dark T-shirt on. One of them's a male, the other is more feminine. But yeah, both like dark clothing. If you look, it's like getting darker, and there's some lights in the cemetery. But you're like where you are, it's not like entirely bright or anything, but you can still see their eyes. Both of them have like their eyes like rolled back, so you like see just like the whites and like the red of like the whatever like kind of like blood vessels are in their eyes, and like they're just like walking towards you. The one with the shovel keeps just like they're moving very erratically, like almost probably Lionel, especially you, being like in the medical like kind of like vaguely in the medical profession. They're moving very erratically, almost like a nerve. Like when you see someone who has like nerve damage and they just like make twitches or something. They're almost moving like that. Like their arms are just kind of like doing a thing, and they're just trying to keep control over it.
Automatic. It's not
almost like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're not deliberately doing like I want to move my arm now. It's just kind of like, oh, that just happened. Oh, it happened again. That's weird. Yeah, the one with the shovel just keeps like smacking the ground, and like they hit, and it's like a little clump of dirt, just like every time they hit. Both of them are just kind of like moving towards you, towards the three of you.
Well, damn.
Officer Joe steps in front of you two.
Perfect.
And like he like reaches into like he like reaches down, pulls out his pistol, and like points it at the two of them. And he does like the cop thing. It's like, okay, freeze you two of you, get down to the ground.
They can't hear you, officer. Just
what?
Do your thing.
No, hey, stand back. I got this.
I'm sure you do. I think I'm like backing away from him now.
I think Peaches is probably like as close as possible, probably even getting slightly in front of the officer because he wants to see you, but he can't because he's so short.
You're like poking around him. Yeah, so like he like is like pointing his gun at the two of them. They obviously don't stop at all. They're just like keep going. And the person with the shovel just like they take like a swing in front of him. And then he's like, if you don't stop, you're threatening a child, and I'm going to have to open fire. And like he's just like being very like trying to threatening them, and they just keep moving. He takes a shot, and it hits the guy with the shovel like in the leg, and like he kind of like stumbles, and then like looks back up and just kind of keeps moving.
So there's zombies, not ghosts that are rising. Got it.
And so then he is going to like keep firing. And so yeah, like Isabel, from like behind you, you hear a bunch of gunshots go off.
Yeah, so I like look behind me because this guy's pinned right now, and I see that going on. Can I deduce that I think that instead of ghost rising, it's been zombies? And I can Isabel deduce that?
If you would like to, you could try to what's the move called? You could figure someone out.
Oh,
Mhm.
is that?
Yeah,
Sure.
it's totally a move.
I no,
Yeah.
I mean, does that apply here? But I can try.
Oh,
sure.
I guess it would depend if you're like I guess you're innately you could figure something. It's definitely something like weird and supernatural. It's like I guess whether it would be zombies, like as in like people, like bodies rising from the dead, or something else that might be like up in the air as to what it might be. If you want to try and investigate the person that you're holding further, you can, and to try and get some more answers.
Yeah, I'm gonna stare at this thing real quick and determine if it's possessed, if it's undead.
Sure.
So I guess that's figure someone out if this is a someone.
Sounds good. Alrighty, roll the move.
This is awful. Yeah, I might need an assist.
I could probably assist. I mean, my plan was to get over to where Isabel was and help figure these things out. So,
Okay,
does
sure.
that make sense? Because I don't want to be involved in the fight. I want to be over where the guy's already disabled.
Totally.
So I have like my talons, like now that I'm like I have my talons literally inside his chest that's pinning, like I imagine they can like grow and extend a little bit.
Sure.
I imagine they've literally grown through him and are literally piercing the tree, so I'm like like holding to it with one hand, like I'm just like, Lionel, come here for a second. Just
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
And I think I'm like pulling out a notebook and looking through and like, and like pull back his eyelid, like stare at their eyes, and then like throw some holy water on them, and like, like we're doing some experiments here.
Awesome.
Just keep doing a good job, officer. What's your name? Keep doing a good job.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna lend when you lend a hand or get in the way, roll with their faction. So you are wild.
That is not my greatest action.
With the wilds.
Wild, lend a hand or get in the way.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am getting in the way.
This is going well.
Okay.
Well.
All right. So you're like studying this person, and so you're like your claws are like kind of in him, and you're like leaning in to stare at him. And then you feel something like since your claws are in this person, you feel something like float around your fingers, like your weird claws inside of them, and this like goo stuff starts leaking out of his mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine if you took gas, like water vapor or something, where it's like white and like gaseous, and you like made that into like a movable liquid. So it looks like a flowing gas, but like is acting like a liquid. Like it's like kind of like spurting out of his mouth.
So is it pretty much fog or
kind of like fog, but like
a heavier than air gas, like
kind of like that,
like it like drips down.
Yeah, like an arrow gas. It's like but it's like dripping out of his mouth as if he was like almost like if he was vomiting, but it looks like a gas, and so it's just like floating down and like landing on your fingers.
Oh, he's possessed. Got it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
And yeah, so he like stopped. He eventually like went like the stuff is just like coming out of his mouth. He like it's like dribbling, and then he does like a and like does a little projectile, and some of it lands on you.
All right.
And eventually he like stops moving. And
dead or just is no longer possessed.
You know.
Well, I mean, like my hand's still inside him, so do I feel like a heartbeat?
No,
or...
you not. Yeah, you don't feel a heartbeat.
Okay, I ripped the claw out. I'm just like,
looking at my hand.
Me.
Isabel, I think I touched it.
Yep.
Yeah. So now there's like stuff on the ground. And Lionel, when you get like kind of close to Isabel, a bunch of it like suddenly like leaps and latches itself onto your face.
Ah!
And yeah, like all the stuff is like there's like a big chunk of it, and it just like leapt onto your face, and the rest of it is kind of like a magnet almost, like moving towards you. But yeah, like you can't see, you just see like weird gas in front of your eyes, and it's just like on your face.
So maybe more accurately.
Yeah, so you're like screaming muffled through this stuff.
Oh, I think I fall backwards and I'm like rolling around on the ground, clawing at my face.
All right,
let's see. I think so what this thing's trying to do is trying to get inside of you. If you would like to not let it inside of you, you're going to have to keep your cool.
All right. Keep my cool. All right.
Do the
All
thing.
right. I don't have the move that makes that good yet. All right.
Sees
It's
partially.
not so bad.
Okay. And a 79,
Not
the episode will
terrible.
tell you what it's going to cost you. What do you have with you right now?
Well, I mean, I brought my bag, so
Okay.
that's got like those maps in there. We came here looking for ghosts. I was thinking I probably have like spirit traps with me.
Okay. Sure.
Who are you gonna call?
Normal stuff, wallet,
Lionel?
cell phone, like
Yeah, sure.
reading glasses.
A few energy
Actually, I was
bars.
looking at a notebook. I'm probably wearing those right now.
I think what it's going to cost you is, your bag is kind of like, since you're like rolling on the ground and your bag is still on you and you're trying to like claw this thing off your face, your bag is kind of constricting your arm. So you're gonna have to toss your bag away in order to get this thing off of your face.
I mean, yeah, I can do that. The bag is important, but I can pick it up again later, right?
Okay.
Also, yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, you like just like you're like trying to move your arm and it's like got caught in the strap, and so you just like fling it away and it goes like into the like a bush nearby or something. And yeah, you're able to like get your hands on it and finally like get like it's like a thing of jello is on your face, and you just like put your fingers into it and just and like rip it off. And it kind of goes back to the ground and like jiggles, and then like starts like it moves, and it's like it's rolling, so it's kind of just like moving all over the ground and trying to collect the other pieces that like came out of this guy. So yeah, like the two of you like Lionel, you like are kind of recovering from this, and yeah, the two of you just see this stuff just gliding over the ground, like trying to put itself back together.
Would it be reasonable to assume that this is like some sort of ectoplasm?
It would be reasonable to assume that.
Perhaps something that could get trapped in a spirit trap?
Potentially.
In which case, I think I'm like, Isabel, hang on to it. And I'm like running to the bushes to go find that bag.
Oh god, but my nails just got done. I go and grab it. My nails being giant fucking talons right now.
Totally. Yeah, so you're like clawing at this thing.
I'm literally just gonna sink the nails into it and try and like pin it and like
Yeah, so you like pin your fingers into it, and you can feel it like sliding around your hand.
Nope. Bad jello. Bad.
So you're doing that, and Lionel's running over to get his bag. And we move back. So Officer Joe is like firing at this person that's like moving towards you, two of you. He like hits, and then he'll like miss a couple, like miss one, and then he'll hit again. But yeah, he's like firing, getting bullets into it, and it's like doing something, but not a lot to it. And Peaches, you see because there was two of them. There was the person with the guy with the shovel, and then a woman. The woman's coming around, and Joe is like his focus is just all on this guy with the shovel. And this lady is like kind of got around out of his vision and is just coming straight at him. What do you do?
Real quick, is the person dead or alive? Like, is it just possessed in the person that they possessed?
I mean,
Alive?
Well,
unclear is
yeah, kind of like as of now, you can't really tell. You can tell something's definitely like up with them and weird. like they're clearly not like acting out of their own volition. They're not being themselves. But like whether they're dead or alive, I don't think you have enough information to know that at the moment.
I would feel really guilty if I used my shotgun on it and it was actually alive.
I'm pretty sure they're not alive.
But also, like, you're a revenant. You could run up there and just like punch a hole through their leg if you want.
Yeah, you're Revenant. Yeah, you're pretty powerful.
All right, so let's do something that can try to hinder them.
Okay.
What do I need to roll with?
Well, tell me what you're doing in the kind of
Real quick, did you take merciful? Because that seems like the thing you would have wanted to take.
I cannot remember. Let's see.
Well, look at your merciful just sounds like the move you would have taken out of all of them, or at least one of them, since you got.
I had. I'm trying to find where my moves were, or at least the ones I picked.
Vigilante and You Don't Scare Me. It looks like.
Mm.
Oh yeah, so yeah, your vigilante will totally take effect here.
All right.
Cool. Yeah. So roll with blood.
All
So
right.
you can just click the die right there with next to vigilante, and it'll roll that for you.
I gotta find where my vigilante is.
Just scroll down. It should be under class moves.
Yep, class moves right.
Oh,
That first one of the
there you
class moves. 9. So you succeed partially. So on a 7 to 9, you hold 2. Excuse me. And so basically, these options here under vigilante, you can spend your hold to just do one of those things.
All right.
If you want to, or you can like do another move. Yeah. So you see this this like woman, like arms kind of swinging wildly as she just like runs at Officer Joe from the side.
All right. I would like to redirect her attack. Can I do that?
Well, you have two
Okay.
options. So you can either like name, if you just name Joe as the person within the fight, you can you can do that and then also take the disarm. So you're essentially intercepting the attack anyways. If that's
Right.
like, if you're wanting to protect Joe, that's the most effective way I see.
No, yeah, you can because
Yeah.
the options redirect an attack within reach to another character or else to nowhere. So yeah, if you wanted to you can redirect attack like into the ground or like away, just like just shove her away or something to redirect it.
I think there is a meaningful difference between the two. It sounds to me like if you pick to intercept the attack, all attacks to Joe, you take the attacks. Where if you redirect it into the ground or whatever, nothing happens.
One
right?
implies that like, so if you choose the name a character within your reach being Joe, you also that one also protects you from the guy he's shooting in case that hits him. The other one just protects from the one he didn't see coming. So there's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
One's more self-sacrificing, I guess, and then
Yep.
All right. Let's call the name of the character.
Okay.
So call Joe, I guess.
Okay, got it.
Cool.
Yeah, so you intercept any attack directed at them, and they suffer no harm.
So
yeah,
no one
so-
can get to Joe without going through you first.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so this person is running at Joe, and you just like step around and get in the way or something. And so they are like, instead of seeing basically the move, like you move in front, and they just kind of like dive and do like a swinging arm tackle. So yeah, as they attack you, so they're following through in the attack, and so the attack's coming at you. What do you do?
I guess in this situation, like, I'm pretty strong, right?
Yes.
You're super strong. That is
Yeah.
your entire thing.
So is this character really doing much harm to me?
I mean,
With just wild kind of like not really directed swings, they're gonna do 1 harm. So I guess if you have, I'm not sure if you have armor. So you don't have armor, but basically if you do the unleash move, one of the options you can choose is basically if you do well on the unleash move, you can make it so they don't deal any harm to you. But also you are.
I'll point out, as your character might not know this, but as the Revenant, until you get justice for your mom and stuff, you can't die.
Yeah. Also that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware of that, but even so, you can sort of throw yourself into protecting him if you want to, if that's a thing you're aware of. I don't know how
I assume Rat would probably have told you that at some point, like.
Yeah.
Hang on. Rat is here, right? Standing
Yes.
with you in battle. Then you
Yes.
take +1 armor.
Oh, cool.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, you have an armor. So yeah, as like. This move is just going to be like it's not going to do a lot, so it's just it will be 1 harm, but your armor would reduce it. So I guess if you just want to let her tackle you and swing, you can just take the attack, but then she'll be right up on you.
Is there any way for me to restrain her, or can I just lay there, kind of just?
You could unleash.
You can also spend the second hold from Vigilante to kill, disable, or disarm an NPC.
That's what we're trying to get you to do.
Yep, there's that one too.
Yeah.
If you want to disable them.
Disable.
Okay. Cool. So just to for the scene, how do you disable her?
Let's say I push on a pressure point or whatnot that kind of makes her body shut down. Somewhere in the neck or.
Okay, yeah. So you just hit her hard enough that her body just kind of like collapses on itself. Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So this very small person just like jumps and hits this woman, and she just collapses into the ground.
The woman tried to tackle her, right? They
Yeah.
Hit her in the head and then got back up.
Totally. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, I think by now, Officer Joe has like kind of fired enough bullets at this person's legs that like they can't walk anymore.
He has about like 15 bullets and like.
No, yeah. And he's like fired a bunch and like, and so the person is like on the ground, kind of just like twitching, like their arm is like swinging around a little bit still. But yeah, this other person's like kind of down for the count. They're still mobile, but they're like damaged enough that they're not doing anything right now. They're not dead though. Yeah. So I think we shoot back to Lionel and Isabel. As Isabel's kind of like just like holding this goo stuff in place, and Lionel's moving back to get his bag. Let's see. I don't think anything stops you from getting your bag. So you can go. You can get that, no problem. So yeah, you're gonna try to collect this thing?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get the spirit trap and come back and like. I'm imagining like a kind of crystal vial or bottle, like maybe a gold lid seal with like runes etched to it.
Sure,
and it's probably full of weird stuff like sand and spider webs or something.
Cool.
So yeah, I think maybe I get this thing out and I'm coming back like, Isabel, hold it steady, like, and there's probably like some chanting in Latin, and I have to like throw the sand and dust onto it, and it like gets sucked up into the thing, which I assume maybe is letting out the power within me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was going to say like because you don't really have like powers of your own, so I assume like let it out is going to be you like using the weird artifacts that you were able to use. Yeah. So yeah, let's roll let it out.
All right. Let me find that button. Let it out is spirit.
Yep.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay.
That'll do.
So on a hit, choose one and mark corruption.
I'm going to mark corruption. And can I take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed?
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, you like reach in and grab this like weird spirit trap that you were like, it came from like some like exorcist that you met on a trip to Egypt or something like that. And you see like pull off the thing, whisper your incantations, and like start scooping up the goo into it. And then eventually like put a cap on it, and you feel it moving in the thing, but it's like this cap like is like sealed both like physically and like spiritually. So yeah, you feel like moving in there, but it's not able to get out. Yeah, so the two of you have captured a thing.
I like put that. I like take it from you and like put it.
No,
down
no. I'm putting it in my bag.
No, okay. How many more of those do you have? I ask. The spirit traps.
That's a good question. I don't know if the GM wants to weigh in. I might say 2 more. I don't think I'd just bring 1, but I don't think I have an unlimited supply either.
Yeah, definitely not an unlimited supply. So yeah, like a couple of them seems fair.
Yeah, so maybe I brought 3 and have 2 left.
Sure.
So I go to like take the other 2 and rush over to do essentially the same thing, but I have an idea for getting them out of the bodies.
Sure,
so,
I'll handle over the other 2, no problem.
So I'm just like get ready to do that the same thing to the other 2, and I like fly over, hover over, or whatever. And I like drag them. I like drag the one that's like collapsed and like throw it essentially right next to the one that's like had its legs essentially shot a bajillion times.
Yeah.
And I just I'm gonna hold up my hands, like very close to them and unleash or let it out, I guess is what it's called, right?
Okay. So you're like try to use your demon powers to pull the stuff out of them?
Oh, something like that.
Okay, cool.
That's spirit, right?
Yes.
Are you sure you want to do that? I think it's the only one keeping that guy alive. Like, I mean, you said the guy's getting shot in the legs 15 times. Like, that guy's going to bleed to death, right?
I think she looks at you and is like, I have a job to do. Saving his life's not exactly on that job list. Besides, I don't think this thing's doing his body any favors anyways. Besides, I'm not the one who killed him. I'm doing it.
Whoa! I was defending a child here.
Yeah, I really couldn't care less doing it.
Don't worry, officer. You did what you had
shit.
to. Ooh.
I've got these jars and flat enchanting here. I could try to help.
Okay, cool. He was already
roll with
helping.
wild.
That makes sense. I mean, it makes sense that I'm trying to help anyway.
Absolutely.
But...
Yeah.
Cool.
Oof.
Awesome. Cool. So you bring Isabel up to a 7. So Isabel,
take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed. So what I think it looks like is like my hands, like I sort of like shimmer, and like most of my form gets less solid as a whole. And I think like you can't really see like the definition of my hands or anything anymore. And smoke just starts pouring into their mouths and eyes and ears and stuff, and just pushes out the stuff.
Awesome.
I thought it was going to be the same effect as when you pulled out someone's soul.
No, not this time.
Cool.
Yeah. So you
don't have the contract helping with that little magic.
Yeah. So you get like the weird gooey fog stuff out of their body, and yeah, I think with you having like your powers helping you control it, I think it's easier for Lionel to put it into the capsule. So yeah, like you two kind of work together and like get it into the one of them.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry, did you do that to the collapsed woman or the one or the guy?
I was trying to do it to both of them actually.
Oh, okay.
I literally dragged one next to the other and tried to do it at once. Because it's partial success, if it only worked on one or something, you can tell me. But like, I was trying to do it both at the same time.
Okay, I think. Okay, so I think you did it too. So so I think the guy with his that was or I guess so you're wanting to do it to both of them. Who did you try first?
Probably the one that wasn't shot, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so you pulled her stuff, like the stuff out and put it into the thing. And so the guy that got shot, I think you hear the group of you, like, you saw this ritual thing taking place, and then the other one, you hear him say, "Where am I?"
Mhm.
On a
He's
picnic.
kind of
You're
like
fine.
laying face down in the grass, like he was still doing like weird movements, and now he's stopped.
Yeah, I'm just like, you're on a
Mhm.
picnic. You fell asleep. You're fine. Go back to sleep.
Give me a minute with this one.
Pic, picnic.
Mhm.
Yes.
And
You
I'm
eat dirt.
gonna like crouch down next to him and get close to his head and start asking questions like, "Do you know your name?"
Name.
Mhm. What's the last thing you can remember?
Remember.
Hmm. So is this thing just totally mindless?
It's
Is
like
there any way
kind
that
of like you're getting that
Sure.
sense that like it's able to
Mhm.
hear you and understand you, but like it's having a lot of difficulty like putting
Mhm.
thoughts together. It's
I
almost
figured-
like just parroting. At least for now, it's like
Yeah.
parroting what you're saying almost.
Mhm.
uh,
That's cool. Yeah,
Possible
maybe
figure
there's
something
no
out.
opportunity. Yeah, I was trying to figure something out, and I kind of want to know what's going on here, and I was hoping there was an opportunity to get some information out of it. But I mean, obviously, if it's not talking, that's fine. But is there? Actually, maybe I think maybe like I reach into the bag again and pull out some more utensils. I'm gonna like draw. Actually, we've got like plenty handy. I'm gonna get a handful of dirt and like draw a sigil on his
Okay.
forehead in grave dirt, and then like pull out a little dowsing pendulum and
So
start like
you like flip him over to kind of get like his forehead there.
yeah
Okay,
sure.
yeah. When you flip him over, his eyes are like a weird like his eyes have like they aren't like the white anymore. Like there's like
Mhm.
actual irises and everything there. His
Mhm.
irises are like a glowing blue.
Mhm.
Um,
Cool. So would it be possible to try to figure him out again?
Sure.
All right. Um,
Yeah, sounds good.
mind. That is something I am good at.
Nice.
Bam.
Yep, you hold two, and you can
So-
yep, you can spend 1 for 1 to ask those questions.
The important question that I really want to figure out is who or what is pulling this character's strings?
Got it.
Like, is there a way to get a sense of like
Yeah.
what's
So
possessing him? Is there some like where did this
um,
force come from?
So yeah, as you like draw this sigil and you pull out like some
Mhm.
implements and you're doing some like weird like some like tests and stuff.
Mhm.
Um,
Maybe again like taking notes and like
yeah, you're taking
Looking
notes, and I think
yeah.
you think back like okay, so I'm like
Mhm.
I'm getting these results like where have I seen this before, and you
Yeah.
think back and yeah, I think you've definitely seen someone possessed before, and at least the way that they're moving, the way that like especially because like the trouble that it's having talking to you, it seems like whatever's in this is having trouble controlling it. But
Mhm.
there's something inside of this. It's definitely like a possession of some sorts.
Mhm.
Um,
Is this like a normal kind of possession? Is this like a ghost or a demon or I mean
I think you probably have the sense that it's like probably ghostly in nature, not like a weird, not like a like
mhm.
puppet, like not like a demon like holding like
Mhm.
puppet strings, but more like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like something got into this body and is trying to use it, but is having difficulty using it.
All right. And I guess relevantly, like the thing inside it is what's pulling its strings. There's not like
Yes, yep, that's
an
it.
external
The answer to the
force
question is like the thing
doing this.
is
All right.
the
Okay,
thing
yeah.
inside of it. Yeah.
Sure. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe how could I get this character, assuming that this spirit entity counts as a character, how could I get it to vacate this thing's body harmlessly?
It does seem like it's having difficulty like talking back to you, but it does seem like it's kind of getting more able to do things, and it can hear you up. It can like hear you and hear what you're saying, and like is understanding it. So I think if you want to like have it vacate the body harmlessly, probably give it either like make a deal with it to like leave and like give it like a better option.
Make a deal, you say.
Yeah, like basically give it something different to inhabit, because it needs a vessel. Like you see like these things out of their vessel are like the weird goo and they can't do anything. If they have a vessel, they can do stuff. So if you give it a different vessel, something else they can occupy, that would want to leave and take over.
That
would be how you
sounds
get
like
to leave.
exactly the plan. So I'm going to keep talking to this thing and say, it looks like you're having some trouble with the central nervous system. This man's still alive, you know. I've got a better alternative for you. I happen to have in my possession a clockwork golem made by, so like, enchanted by Rasputin himself. It's a beautiful piece of work designed to facilitate this kind of activity. You could live a happy, mobile, articulate life inside that thing. If you just hop inside this jar real quick, I could whisk you right along, take care of it lickety-split.
Are you so I guess are you telling the truth or are you lying to him?
That's based off the roll. If you'll find out.
No, I think I'm definitely lying to him.
Okay.
I might actually have the golem, but I'm not going to give it to this thing.
Okay, sure. So it's not, so I think you're going to be misleading, distracting, or trick. You're
I
misleading.
guess it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different move if I'm lying.
Yep.
So yes, I am trying to mislead, distract, or trick. Ah,
Okay.
crap.
Actually, I'll assist.
Assist will only give me a
only
plus
gets
one.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
it's only give you a
Never
+1.
Never mind.
Okay, so I think it kind of like the head twitches, and like you're like, was that a shaking the head? Was it a nod? What was like a? It was like a thing. And like it like kind of like the head like jerks, and like you see the arm kind of like shaking a little bit, and then it like slowly kind of like starts lifting.
Is it reaching towards me?
Kind of, not like in a, I'm gonna grab your throat or anything like that, but it's just like kind of like starting to like go towards you. And then it like kind of like it like reaches up towards your forehead and kind of points.
Oh, I'm definitely like, I don't want the thing to touch my face. I'm like, no, I don't know that it's not by anything. So I think I'm like leaning back and like holding out the jar, like, come on. Get in the jar.
So it's like pointing at your pointing at your forehead.
No, not in me, in the jar, please.
And like it's like you see its mouth starting to move, and it's like it's starting to make like noises, like it's trying to form words, and then after and then like it make seal, and it's like pointing weirdly at your forehead.
Well, I tried. Do you think it's about?
That's not the cue. That's about the cue.
Okay. Would you like to try to let it out again and pull this, like, rip this thing out?
Yeah, let's just fucking eat that corruption. I'm all about it.
Got it.
Oh yes.
Same thing?
For corruption, session 1. Let's fucking do this.
Awesome. Yeah, say the same thing. You like pull over your hand, turns into your mist,
Yeah, I just like
and just
reach inside.
pull it out.
Yep.
Same thing. You like. Are
I
able to,
think
like,
I don't even pull it out. I think I literally fill the thing up, like it gets pushed out because there's no more room.
oh, got
Like,
it. Okay,
like
cool.
I can't pull it because it's fucking goop and I'm using smoke.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so I think like it sees Isabel move over and just do the thing, and
Yeah.
before it gets like shoved out, it gives this like nasty glare to Lionel, and then like
I tried.
and then it just like and then the head just tilts back as the stuff gets like shoved out, and yeah, and you guys grab that. You're able to like it's like again it's like kind of controlled, so you're able to like shove it in there and do your thing. Yeah, so now you have 3 vials of
Quick question.
Souly
What was the
stuff.
exact wording on my contract for these?
So yeah, there was like the rumors of like these ghosts around and are like spirits like kind of gathering, and yeah, your patron wants them, like just those souls, and just
So will he be happy with 2 or 1? Or all, or will he only be happy with all of them?
Oh, you can have all 3. I just need to hold on to this one for like 48 hours.
They would be happy, like obviously they'd be happy the more you gave them. Giving them something would like sate them.
Okay, that was okay. I will take the 2, and then yeah, the 48 hours works for me then in that case. I have no issues with that. So yeah, I just pick up the 2 jars. I'm like, pleasure doing business with you, Lyle, again.
And then I think like Officer Joe, like
dust the grass and dirt off my suit. Like, I wish I could say the same.
Officer Joe kind of like, oh, well, okay, someone's gonna have to explain to me what
They're ghosts.
what
They're
the heck just
possessed.
happened
They're
here?
no longer possessed. They're fine. But
Don't
some
worry,
of them are
Isabel.
corpses,
I've
but-
got this.
Oh, wonderful.
Obviously, officer. We were out for a late night stroll and were jumped by a gang on PCP, and you valiantly risked your life defending us. Thank you for your service.
What'd you do with the thing? What? The Cocoa Demon just pulled stuff out of him.
Please refrain from calling me that. Actually,
Look.
just as a...
I know you're probably in shock. This is a traumatic experience for all of us. But, you know, you've discharged your weapon. Internal Affairs is going to have to look into this, right? You don't want to go saying things like that, right?
I was defending a child.
Yes, you were. Totally,
Technically,
totally
I can't
justified.
die again, so I didn't really need defending.
I'm just saying that if you say things about ghosts or demons, people are going to think you're crazy, and you might be taken off of active duty, and you wouldn't want that now, would you?
Well, I can't just let the 2 of you just leave.
Mm-hmm.
You killed that guy. Like he points over to the other tree.
Mm-hmm.
You going for that manipulation?
I most certainly did not.
Well, she did.
I think you'll find he died of natural causes.
Look,
Yeah, I don't know. Am I
I
trying
can
to
I can also
manipulate
go for it
or
if you're
trick him?
wanting to like just like.
He's definitely like trying to at least get you guys to stay or like something. He's not entirely sure what he wants, but everyone just leaving right now is not what he wants.
Oh, I'm not gonna leave. I'm
Uh-huh.
totally happy to like stay and give a statement and like cooperate with the police.
I'm going to talk my way out of this. Then,
Okay.
because I'm not anywhere near her. I have business. And
I'm just making sure he and I get our story straight.
So I just walk up to him and put a hand on his shoulder very gently, and like I'm all human now. Like
Okay.
my clothes are perfect, by the way. Like
Of
not
course.
because like it was my demon form, like all dirty and
Mhm.
stuff. Like it's complicated magic shit. Anyways, I'm just like, look, officer, I'm very busy. I'm sure you have a wife, husband. I don't really care. Waiting at home for you. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to take these 2 jars filled with nothing that you need to worry yourself about, and I promise you, if you ever see me again, I will explain whatever new thing that's happened to you. It'll all be fine. Okay? Okay. I just want to convince him to just let me leave without giving me a bunch of hassle or like
Just
pretend
you
I wasn't
or
here. No, just me and the goo
Okay.
So I do. You
All right.
want me to roll for that?
Sure. Yeah. Persuade an NPC.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm
Like-
just like
Okay.
wonderful. I'll see you later, Officer Steve. Walks away.
Joe. God, kid, what have you gotten me into?
Just kind of stares off into the distance, like doing what he normally does in the factory. Just
And he like, looks at Lionel like, what? Okay, well, wait, then. Okay, so I can't tell them that a Coco demon was here and turned
No, of course, that wouldn't make any
into a
sense.
mist and
Still doesn't.
and you guys just pulled like a humidifier stuff out of them.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so we came in. There was a call. We came into the graveyard. You
Mhm.
were visiting someone, like a dead person, and as
Oh, I'm here doing research. I'm with the Malvern College Anthropology Department.
sure you are.
No, I am.
Okay. Oh, great. Good alibi. Good story. And you're a valiant citizen, and we protected this child, and these.
I mean,
You were
technically,
very
I'm only here
heroic.
because he took me on a mission, which in
and see,
hindsight,
he
I don't think
he immediately like
he would've did.
gets down, like kind of crouches, puts his hands on your shoulders, like, what? Okay, so some other officers are going to come by. We're not going to tell them that I brought you here. We're gonna tell.
we're gonna lie. So I'm to lie to a cop. Is that what you're teaching children?
We have to. Well, if we tell them the truth, they're gonna.
Trained to lie to your
Mhm.
coworkers.
If we tell them the truth,
Were you
then they're
trained
gonna.
to lie to your partners and colleagues?
No, it's
Something
not.
tells me that is against the policies that I have been raised upon.
No, it's if we tell them the
I
truth,
think that
it's going to
the
be
best
very
course of
difficult, and they're going to try to
action
take you away,
tell the truth.
and they're going to be very confused,
Mhm.
and it's going to be far better for us to figure this out later, and we just tell them that these people attacked us, which they did. They did attack us. We're not lying entirely. It's like it's like when you have the truth, and then you just kind of bend it.
But we are lying.
We're bending it. We're bending the truth. We're not telling the truth. We're bending it.
So what shape should the truth be in?
Like you have a line, and then you push the line a little bit. So it's like
Should it be in a straight line?
no, like a line, and then it has a little curve, and then it keeps going the same way.
See, I think that the best way to go to point A and point B is to go in a straight line other than curving it.
But pretend there's like a wall there, and you can't go through
Peaches.
the wall.
You've got it exactly right. See, there's not just one truth in the world. There's a lot of different truths.
Right.
And sometimes you have to pick the truth that's most convenient for you.
Like
But Candyman, you are the worst possible role model to tell me this. Sorry.
Mhm.
you're a candy man.
He is. He gives candy in exchange for treasure.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So like I said, there's a lot of different truths. We're gonna tell a different truth, not the truth about me taking you. I
I'm just gonna put my hand on
about this?
Joe's shoulder, like.
How about you let me drive the car home to the factory?
Whoa, that's
and
I can't do. No,
I can go with whatever truth that you want.
I can't let a child drive a
Like
car.
manipulate NPC.
But You can bring a child to a graveyard, which I've already been to a graveyard. Let the child get tackled by I don't know who. Watch goo get sucked out
Okay, how about
pretty much corpses.
I'll take you back home to your warehouse, and then I'll come back, and then you weren't even here.
Hmm.
Can we get ice cream?
Absolutely, we can. You want ice cream, Candyman?
I should really be getting home.
What flavor ice cream?
Okay. I'm a pistachio man myself.
I mean, I think I'm allergic to nuts.
Well, then you can get.
I mean, technically, I don't think the nuts would kill me, but you know.
I don't rightly know. You want what kind do you want?
Why are you focusing on the ice cream? I thought we were going home.
Officer, you seem to have this situation under control. I'm going to leave, go home now. If you need me, here's my card.
Okay. You might get a call for a statement.
Of course.
Okay.
I'll be happy to talk about it in the morning.
Okay, kid. Let's get you home.
Ice cream.
And ice cream. Bunch of ice cream. He stands up and just like rubs a hand through his toupee, pushes it off a little bit, realizes he pushes it off a little bit, and he like immediately like pulls it back and like make sure it's like there. I'm like, okay, kid, let's
Officer Steve.
let's go.
I know. I'm starting to suspect that some psych leave might actually be good for it.
And so the camera kind of comes up as the three of them are leaving the graveyard. And then we come back to Robin's apartment. And so it's thank you, chat. Thank you for reminding me. It's 11 o'clock, so we're gonna take another short break. This one will be just a short one, kind of give us a little walk-up break, and then we'll come back to a little more stuff, and we'll finish up tonight's episode in the next hour. We will see you
Woohoo!
in a little bit.